hard to get behind that guy. You know what I mean? He still represents the legacy, you know what I mean, of Chavez. And they love their own. You know what I mean? He's been an icon for the boxing community, Mexican boxing community.
Antonio, Chavez Jr. can land one of those left hooks to the body of Jake Paul. It can be a real game changer.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing Chavez jab right now. You know that's the one punch that can really set the tone for all of that.
Jake Paul promising a stoppage win. Says he'll turn Jr. into a meme. He's done it before. Just ask Nate Robinson, Tyron Woodley, and the rest.
You know, Jr.'s quit a couple of times in his career against Daniel Jacobs and against Andre Farfara. But up until that point, he had shown one of the better chins in his weight class. Gone the distance with some good punchers, including Canelo Alvarez. So stopping him with one shot could be difficult.
Antonio, what do you like about Jake Paul's boxing style?
Right now, he's in rhythm. Right now, he's in rhythm. He's not really anxious. He's taking his time. He's letting the fight come to him. Right now, he's doing it the right way. He's letting it come to him behind that jab. And you got Chavez right now concerned.
It's not a fight that Chavez could win fighting like this on the back foot. At his best, at 160 and slightly above, he was a good pressure fighter. When he had good moments against Daniel Jacobs in 2019, he was applying the pressure. He's trying to counterpunch off the back foot. It's going to be a long night for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Good right hand by Jake Paul, who said, watch his reaction the first time I land a punch. He's going to be shocked at how much power I have. And first we saw that uppercut that landed to Andre August, and Jake Paul got that knockout. He does have some serious power.
Yeah, that right hand is a weapon. He also turns the left hook pretty well, too. So he's got power with both hands.
Right now, I think it's important that Paul show control. Continue to show control behind his boxing, and then land those shots clean if he lets him open up. But don't get wild and don't get reckless.
The last thing Chavez Jr. wants is for this crowd to turn on him. And if he's this inactive as far as throwing punches, it'll get ugly quick.
All we've seen from Chavez this round is a couple of violent left hooks.
Seconds.
That right hand landed on top of the head of Chavez. I don't know if it was an effective punch. Could have been a slap with an open hand, but it did land.
Time.
Active enough, he did not land a single punch in round one.
That'll get a Mexican crowd to turn on you pretty quickly.
Any crowd. Unless you're the non-violent type. That's not what you pay for. They want blood.
Antonio just good jabs from Jake Paul early on. He's throwing that right hand. Nobody's going to sit here and say that Jake Paul belongs on a pound-for-pound list. Right. But he fights a pretty good fight when he's on his game plan and he's using that jab.
Most definitely. Right now, we just need to try some of the things he's been working in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Easy in round one for Jake Paul. Not much has changed here in round two.
Like I was saying, I think Jake Paul needs to be trying things, showing his real arsenal, what his bag look like, you know, and he got the perfect opponent in front of him to do that.
Jake Paul's trying to bait Chavez into doing something. I mean, Paul would like a competitive fight. He wants to be tested a little bit. So far right now, Chavez Jr. not doing anything to trouble him.
I think Chavez is so hell-bent on landing the perfect shot rather than just landing a shot.
You also see a pretty significant size difference between these two guys in the ring. Jake was fought above 180 for most of his pro career, fought at heavyweight his last time out. Chavez began at 160, fought at 68 and 75. He's been a cruiser for a couple of fights, but physically, this is the natural weight class for Jake Paul.
And I thought both guys looked really good on the scale. Most importantly, Chavez, but it doesn't seem like he brought that energy that he was showing earlier in the press.
When he gets within range, he's got to let that left hand go to the body. That was one of his best punches in his best days. He can't just walk in, stand there. He's not even throwing.
Yeah, the blue birds will start coming quick. There's a right hand, and the crowd almost gives him a Bronx cheer.
One thing Jake Paul is doing good, he's moving that target. He's not staying stationary or flat-footed long enough for Chavez to really dig to the body or even get anything for that matter.
For what it's worth, Chavez Sr. said there's no way my son loses this fight. No way. But he's losing right now, comprehensively.
Good combination by Jake Paul. I think he's rushing in a little bit. He got
John fucking
Jake Paul's running him around the ring.
time.
Tony, would you love just to go in there and just let a combination rip just to see what he can do?
Yeah, you got to get in position to do that, though. Like I said, he's looking for the perfect shot. And he's letting Jake get off. That was a good body shot right up under the elbow.
And the guard of Chavez Jr. is so high, that body shot's going to be there for Jake all night.
Mike Perry said the first punch Jake Paul hit him with was to the ribs, and it broke his rib. And that shot right there sounded pretty darn good, too. More complaining from Chavez Jr. Hey, boxing it, Antonio, if you don't like the other guy do it to you, you're punching in the face. The third man in the ring tonight, Gerard White, your referee.
Chavez understands he's in a fight, but he's got to put up some type of resistance. He can't let Jake Paul keep having his way like this. And he has over 60 fights. He should know what he should be able to do.
Paul's trying to cut the ring off now. Get Chavez stationary. But Chavez just putting up no resistance offensively at all.
I mean, we wondered if we were going to get a carbon copy of what we saw from Chavez against Uriah Hall. This is basically it. A guy that's fighting off the back foot, not comfortable throwing combinations. Only this time, he's going up against an opponent that is willing to throw a right hand, that is digging to the body. Right now, it doesn't look like anything has changed in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
There's his dad watching. His hands aren't on his head yet. There they go. Right on cue. If this were an NBA game, Chavez Jr. would be that player who has like 40 minutes, but no rebounds, no points, no assists.
Which is disappointing, because when I talk to fighters and former fighters, the thing they say is, like, if Chavez is right, he's got a chance. He can fight. This is a left hand.
Finally,
Something.
John fucking.
and we can see Chavez too, man. His heart right now is bleeding.
Time.
They're going to be more of the same for Jake Paul.
Chavez gonna have to fire back something to, at least unnerve Jake. Jake is too comfortable right now, coming in and landing what he wants.
Technique of Jake Paul.
It's good. I mean, like I said, he's subtle. And that's one thing everyone wanted to see, him settle down. I think a lot of the hardcore fans are still unconvinced, but I think it'll go a long way. Good body shot. Combination.
More complaining for Chavez Jr.
I thought that was clean. On the belt line. He's complaining about shots to the back of the head that weren't there. He's complaining about low blows that aren't there. he is calling more phantom punches than he's throwing actual punches.
Body shot by Chavez. He missed up top with the right hand. There's the jab again for Jake Paul. Again, Chavez looks like he's struggling with his footwork.
Oh, big right from Paul. And you can see the red markings now on the face of Chavez Jr. as he's getting beat up by El Gallo de Dorado.
Uh-oh.
At least Chavez showing some life here in the fourth.
He's fighting back. And that's what we want to see from Chavez. We know he wants Jake back to the ropes. Oh, good right hand by Jake Paul.
Father shouting instructions to the son, who I doubt is listening.
It's going to be important for Jake Paul to control that conditioning. He don't want to let that heart rate get away from him.
Well, that was the thing I thought coming into this fight, that if Chavez Jr. could make it competitive in the early rounds, he would have a chance to win late. Jake Paul weighed around, what, 220, 230 in that last fight against Mike Tyson, had to shave down to get to cruiserweight. He carries a lot of muscle, Antonio. We know this. Muscle is heavy, especially when you get to the second half of the fight.
There was a right hand in the back of Jake Paul's head that landed for Chavez.
Chavez showing more signs of life here. He's trying to push the pace, be aggressive.
Good jab by Chavez.
Good jab right there.
Done fucking time.
The crowd's still engaged, despite the lack of success from Chavez Jr. so far. Chris, has he won a round yet?
No, I don't think he's won one. I've got it 4 rounds to none in favor of Jake Paul at this point. A couple of good moments for Chavez Jr. in that 4th round, but so many power shots landed by Jake Paul. Great body work by Jake Paul.
Good jab.
And the jab has been working for him.
He stepped on that jab. Oh, good hook right hand by Chavez.
That's what Chavez needs to do. Be a front foot fighter. Put the pressure on Jake Paul. Get him backing up. That's what made Chavez successful during his best years.
Chavez got to find a way to let his hands go. I think if he let his hands go, he can get some success. At least find out what Jake can take.
It was 14 years ago when Chavez Jr. defeated Sebastian Zbig to win his middleweight championship, June of 2011. Had a big win over Andy Lee in 2012, but since then, not a lot to shout about. Oh, that was rough.
You're on his head, though. You're on his head. If you're on his head. You okay? Tag in! Box!
Well, this is the round that Jake predicted he would finish Chavez Jr. Let's see if he can. He's got a minute 20 to go. Other than the 2 times that Chavez basically quit against Farouk. Oh, headbutt there. And Daniel Jacobs, he's been pretty durable. Canelo couldn't get him out.
You okay? You okay? Watch your head. Don't go behind me like that.
That's what Jake Paul said. I'll do something that Canelo could not do. I'm going to stop Chavez Jr.
He was going to stop him. He's probably going to do with a body shot.
Right hand scores.
I think that'll be a big feather in his cap if he can get an impressive stoppage. You know what I mean? The hardcore fans are still trying to be convinced that Jake Paul is here to stay. But right now, I say he's a prospect, a good win here makes him a contender. So I know what I'm seeing.
Well, usually a good opponent can bring out the best in you, but Chavez Jr. hasn't exactly been a good opponent so far. If you like what you're seeing.
Well, he's giving him some challenges, but I think he needs to step it up a lot in order for us to see, you know, if Jake Paul can work his way through some hard spots in the fight.
overhand right.
Five.
Got 5 rounds to none in favor of Jake Paul, 50-45. And honestly, not a single one of these rounds has been particularly close. Chavez had a couple of decent moments in the 4th round, but he is regularly getting walked down. He is regularly getting hit to the body. And the punch output from Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. simply isn't there. 50-45 in favor of Jake Paul.
These two do have a common opponent. Chavez lost to Anderson Silva 16 months before Jake Paul beat him.
Nice uppercut off the jab. Good combination by Jake.
That's an adjustment in total. We've seen Jake throw the jab and then the overhand right there on the inside. He throws that rear uppercut. Nice little mixing up of punches.
Looked like Chavez got a little body shot in. Jake didn't like it.
Jake is built tough, doesn't he? Looks like a brick in there.
Yeah, I think 200 pounds is his weight class. Nice little check hit by Jake Paul. Just would like to see Chavez get a combination or something off. And sometimes when you're not in the best of shape, you can only do what you can do. You can't put any variations on your shots. You know what I mean? So you're struggling just to get that one shot off.
In the back of his mind, he's thinking, man, I got 4 rounds to go after this one, so I can't empty the tank when the tank is almost already empty.
And then all of those little short shots. Oh, good hook up top. Those little short shots in there from Jake Paul are effective on Chavez.
Chavez needs more of that, more of everything, really.
It'd be nice if you can counter that jab from Jake. Come in the top and give him something to worry about. There you go.
And Jake wisely ties him up.
Smart. I think explosiveness is missing from Chavez's game tonight. Even if he could do it once or twice, he's going to have to explode on Jake.
The crowd trying to will Junior on. There's a lefter cheering every punch he throws. There's another one. And a right from Jake Paul.
Jake throwing back.
Sweeping
10 seconds.
Best round, though, so far for Chavez Jr.
Five.
Stayed in that stool for a long time. At the end of that round, breathing real heavy in between the moments of the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, he let his hands go a little bit in that round. Had some success, but again, it took a lot out of him, it seems.
And he likes the response from Jake Paul when he got caught with a punch. He flipped the script and started throwing balls right at Chavez Jr.
I like that left hand from Chavez there, straight to the body. Jake responds, but that's where Chavez got to go. Left hook to the body.
I think Jake felt that left hook. Don't know how flush it was.
And Jake Paul ties Chavez Jr. up anytime he gets close.
What I noticed about this round, Jake is not really putting a lot of power on his punches. He's let them flow though. And I think that's good. He's changing the trajectory on those punches. By taking a little bit of power off and scoring effectively.
Jake Paul has completed the 10-round distance once before in his career. He faced Nate Diaz, the 38-year-old, who's making his pro boxing debut.
That one straight low.
When you're throwing a lot of low blows like that, sometimes a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're just fatigued a little bit. You're not putting enough on the punch.
Yeah, I think so in this case.
Oh, nice uppercut. Chavez thought he was going to the body. He went up top. Antonio, what would you like to see Jake Paul
And like I said, when you throw that right hand, maybe you should throw it to face sometime instead of releasing it. But I like what he's doing inside like that. Those short punches, man, they're very effective on Chavez. And he's going to need that moving up.
Half a minute to go here in round 7. Doesn't look like Chavez Jr. is going to win the fight, but can he win a round? You never know. He does have that left hook, a lot of power. Or at least used to. He can connect flush, maybe.
10 seconds.
He's been there all night, controlling Chavez.
5.
Straight left. Straight down the pipe.
Chavez Jr. running out of time. 3 rounds left. These fans here just want a moment. They want something.
Good jab. Looks like the best jab of the fight for Chavez Jr. Good right hand. He might be opening up now.
And Chris, I know it was well over a decade ago, but remember Chavez Jr. was being dominated by Sergio Martinez for 11 straight rounds, but then in the 12th, Chavez Jr. dropped the champ, and it turned into a legendary 12th. If you watched it live, man, it was a real stunner.
It was. It was also 13 years ago against a fighter that was physically much smaller than him. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. this moment is the smaller fighter. Chavez has not shown me for the better part of 8 rounds that he's willing to let his hands go like that. I think we all want to believe that maybe Chavez Jr. could turn back the clock, that getting clean for 18 months, focusing on his training, trying to win back some of the fans he lost in the Jacobs fight, the Fonfara fight, would lead to a different outcome. But the reality is, this is just more of the same for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Decorated fighter, other of course than Mike Tyson, who was 58 years old last year when he fought him. This was a decorated fighter that Jake's been in there with, and he's not had any problems whatsoever. A little bit of life. And heartbeat of the right hand.
It's just far in between. Jake is a more active fighter, and I think that activity right now is leading him to victory. But I think in this fight, if Chavez can land one significant blow, it could turn it around.
Yeah, how would you call handle being hurt? You know, we don't really know. Tyron Woodley kind of in a bit of trouble. There's Mama Bear, very vocal for herself. But what a life she's living. She goes watches Logan at the WWE, watches Jake boxing.
Good body shot.
Yeah, left hook to the body from Chavez, and that makes Jake throw more punches.
10 seconds.
Wanted to land that uppercut again. We'll head to the 8th.
5.
Chris, and has saved the best for last.
A hell of a game plan, Todd.
Good right hand, that landed solid.
And another right. Jake Paul trying to hold on.
Like for the 3rd time now, the referee has had to explain that if it's on the belt line, it's a legal punch. And let me tell you something. I know where this is going. This is going to a press conference after the fight where Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. complains about low blows. That's where this is all headed. He's setting up the complaints about getting hit low.
Win the 9th round of a 10-round fight. Jake Paul has been active, really active, letting his hands go, and he doesn't seem like he's out of breath or anything like that. I would say he's controlling this fight, and his composure that he's showing has impressed me tonight. Good right hand by Chavez. He's putting on that pressure now. I think he got a couple shots in.
Paul wisely ties him up.
Chavez is there to be tied up because he's not trying to get any movement or separation from the guy.
Chavez said he wanted to bring respect back to boxing by beating Jake Paul tonight. He's not doing that.
He's not having a bad round though here. He's landing some pretty clean shots, and it seems like at this stage Jake is starting to tire a little bit. This is probably the best round so far for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yeah, those punches from Jake is not coming as fluent as they were. He may be taking a deep breath right now.
Well, the experience of Chavez Jr. should shine through. He's had over 60 pro fights compared to just 12 from Jake. And Jake, of course, no amateur experience.
Jake don't have a lot of power in that shot, but he is throwing and he is scoring. Good right hand by Chavez. Another one.
You can see the fatigue from Jake. Deep breaths and a big uppercut.
Chavez getting busy.
The crowd on their feet. They're starting to believe that maybe, just maybe. Oh,
12 seconds.
Chavez trying to run around.
he's one around, everybody.
Time. Set and final rounds record such a scorecard time.
Dominated for the first 8 rounds.
Just when you thought Chavez was looking to lay down somewhere, he came back viciously. And I believe he won that round.
We'll look at Chris Mannix's scorecard quickly. Here's Chavez back. Jake up against the ropes.
Jake fighting back.
Yeah, I've got an 8-9-82. I did give Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. that 9th round, his first round of the fight. He could have just picked up the pace earlier, banked at least 1 or 2 of these earlier rounds. He would have given himself half a shot here, but he gave away so many of those early rounds. The only way he wins this fight is going to be by knockout.
Well, you know what? Jake Paul wants a knockout too. And with Chavez throwing more punches now, there will be opportunities for him to catch him.
Most definitely. He just got to be relaxed and set that counter shot up. That counter shot, a perfect counter shot. Really nice to see Chavez put out there.
You know, I'm wondering if Chavez doubted that he would be able to last the 10 rounds because of his conditioning. And now that he's sensing that he's going to do it, he's starting to open up.
Good shot.
Jake Paul catches him with a short left on the inside. Minute 20 to go.
Didn't know what to really expect, but it's been an entertaining fight all the way through these 10 rounds.
Chavez, like, where is this approach early?
All he needed was a clean shot. If he can get one clean shot in.
This is the Mexican style the fans came to see. Going out on your shield. Ooh, right hand from Chavez.
Good jab.
And Jake holding on. 30 seconds to go.
I think Chavez won a lot of his fans back tonight with these last 2 rounds.
Seconds.
Right hand from Chavez. Jake will fight back. Oh, big left from Chavez
Such a scorecard side.
Sure how you can.
You know, Shakurski's knockout puncher for sure.
Yeah, so Pena forces you to fight whether you want to or not. Sportsmanship performance.
Look at him as actual. I think for him, this was a.
Ladies and
Take away Cody.
after 10 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Steve Weisfeld sees it 99-91.